What is your name?
Melissa Gad.
Where are you from?
Huntington Woods, Michigan.
What type of community service have you participated in?
I have participated in Yad Ezra, the kosher food bank.
What role do you think volunteer work plays in a big community?
I think that volunteer work is a big role in the community. There's never enough money for the social service organizations, and if people don't volunteer with their time or their donations, then most of these services wouldn't exist.
How can you find your way to this organization or volunteer work? Or how did you find your way,
I found my way when I was a young teenager through my synagogue and the youth group that I belonged to.
Can you tell me about the specifics of what you do during this volunteer work?
When I first started volunteering at Yad Ezra, I was a teenager, and my friends and I once a month helped to deliver food baskets to homebound people that needed the kosher food. So we would go to Yad Ezra, we would get a certain amount of food packages and take them to homes. More recently, volunteering there, it can be anything from sorting food to stacking food to helping people go through the warehouse and go shopping.
What drew you to this volunteer work?
Having enough food is a basic need for every single person. So I think that Yad Ezra does a lot of good for both Jewish and non-Jewish people. It's a service that a lot of people rely on. The non-kosher food that's donated to Yad Ezra is sorted and passed along to gleaners. So there's nothing that goes to waste, and people are given not only the basics that they need, but the extras also.
What do you like most about this volunteer work?
I feel that it's truly making a difference in people's lives. They can feed their children, feed themselves, which is basic needs.
How do you come to value the community service enough to volunteer your time in this way?
I think that we all have a responsibility to help our community out. A community is about helping one another, about being there for one another, having certain services there, and we need to extend ourselves because it's the right thing to do, and because we also never know when we might be the person who's in need.
How important do you think it is for people to volunteer their time within their communities? Why?
If people don't volunteer either their time or their money in the community, then the services will shrink and the community won't be there. Part of why we choose to live in a community or be part of a community is to know that we are something greater than just ourselves.
What would you say to a young person who is contemplating the exploration of community service?
I think that for younger people, volunteering their time is really important. First of all, when I was in college, I did a volunteer summer program, and that helped me know what I wanted to do as a career. I think that we always need to push ourselves to help others and to explore what our likes might be. That's how we grow as people, and that's how we can see what else there is out there besides ourselves. We're so focused on our own personal needs that volunteering our time allows us to see the greater world.
Do you think people have a responsibility to volunteer in some way within their communities? Explain, please.
I think that there's always some way that you can volunteer your time, and I do think we do have a responsibility. I think that, again, it helps people move beyond just themselves. We are all very self-centered naturally, so volunteering our time or our money allows us to grow as people. Also, many of these organizations won't be around to help others if we don't volunteer.
Thank you for doing this recording with me.
Thank you so much.